Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Viveka Chudamani, verse number 548. Tamasagrastavad bhanat agrastopi ravirjanaihi grasta ityuchyate bhrantya yajnatva vastu lakshanam. Together. Tamasagrastavad bhanat agrastोऽपि रविर्जनैः ग्रस्त इत्युच्यते भ्रान्त्या ह्यज्ञात्वा वस्तुलक्षणम्. The sun, which appears to be swallowed by Rahu, is not actually so. People who know not the real nature of the sun, in their delusion, say that it has been swallowed. So, just imagine that uh, nowadays or before 100 years or 200 years, people were, means Western people knew that the Indians, they are totally superstitious because some British writers, they criticized our culture and everything else. And people also behaved like that, that in the day of eclipse, they used to do so many things unnaturally. And villagers, they used to believe that really that Rahu swallow the sun. What was the story? Now, when in Bhagavatam, there was Samudra Manthana, that Mandara Parvat was the churning rod, and Vasuki, snake, was the churning rope. And Bhagavan Swayam became the tortoise on which that churning rod came. So a lot of things came out of the samudra, out of the ocean, and amongst them, the last product was the nectar, and because to get the nectar, all the efforts were put together by the Devatas and Daityas, Asuras. So, and it was there that uh, the nectar will be divided into half. But nectar is such a thing when if anyone takes it, they will be immortal forever. Bhagavan took the Mohini roop, Mohini form, and deluded the Asuras, and she started serving uh, the nectar to the Devatas first. And at the time of bringing this pot of nectar, in four places it was dropped, and in that places the kumbha happened because with the kumbha, with the water pot, uh, with the earthen pot or something like that, golden pot, the nectar was filled. So that is why that kumbha, in the kumbha only, that nectar was filled. So four places it was dropped. Then uh, in between, devatas were served, but Rahu, one uh, asura, understood the fact, and he also was in the queue, and he ate that nectar. And then and there, what happened? Surya Bhagavan just cut the things. And in some matam, some Vaishnavas tell that that nectar will come out two drops. It came, and that two drops are onion and garlic. Vaishnavas tell, not the Vedanta Sahitya. That is why, so people asked that onion and garlic, they are vegetables. Why don't you take? Now, there was the blood of the demons. The two drops, it was, fell down from the neck. So it was, himsa was there. That is why we don't take onion and garlic. It is Vaishnava Mata. Okay. And uh, Rahu and Ketu, they are not two demons. They are only one. The head portion is called Rahu and the body portion is called Ketu. Okay. So, this is the story behind. And but my point is, Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji was more than 1005 years ago. See, people don't read those scriptures. Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji did not tell that solar eclipse means Rahu swallow the sun. Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji is telling it's a delusion. It doesn't happen. So our astronomy was so strong and perfect even in that olden time. Clear? That's the thing. So, word for word meaning. Vastu lakshanam ajnatva. From here, we will start the anvaya. Because the mm, sloka was tamasagrastavat bhanat agrastopi ravirjanaihi grasta iti uchyate bhrantya hi ajnatva vastu lakshanam. So vastu lakshanam will be our first word while doing the anvaya. Vastu lakshanam ajnatva janaihi agrastah api ravihi tamasa grastavat bhanat grasta iti hi bhrantya uchyate. Clear? I'm explaining. Vastu lakshanam अज्ञात्वा, वस्तु का ज्ञान ना रहने से, आई डोंट हैव वस्तु ज्ञान, व्हाट इज व्हाट आई डोंट, जनैहि, आम आदमी के द्वारा, अग्रस्तः अपि रविः, ग्रहण जब होता है, इस ग्रहण के समय सूर्य अग्रस्त रहने से भी, ग्रस्त मतलब अ, खाया हुआ, swallowed, it is not swallowed even then also at the time of eclipse, tamasa, because of the darkness, grastavat bhanat, bhan means something is there, but some, in the drama also we have seen that some people are not sad or sorrowful, but their face is like that they are doing like that, or who are the teachers in the school of the little children, they can understand that for going out of the class or for not going to the school, so many things they try to uh, speculate, they try to show that I'm having stomach ache, the headache, then so many things. That is called bhanat. Actually, not there, but they try to show it. Clear? So, here also, the thing is tamasa grastavad bhana. अंधकार के लिए लगता है जैसे कि राहु ने swallowed the sun. ग्रस्त इति भ्रांत्या उच्यते. ग्रस्त मतलब राहु के द्वारा, swallowed इति इस तरह, ही इसी तरह ही, भ्रांत्या उच्यते, ये सब लोग भ्रांति के कारण, अज्ञानता के कारण बोलते हैं. सो भ्रांति क्यों आता है? Because we don't know the fact. Who is the newly appointed, very young teacher who had no other exposure in the family, suppose. And he entered into the class, and student tried to say so many things, and that person gets convinced because he has no exposure about the characteristics of the students. What happens? Or who is take? Suppose I have heard from my father that uh, उनका कोई दोस्त एग्जाम में नकल कर रहा, तो टीचर ने उनको पकड़ा और प्रिंसिपल के पास लेके गया कि सर ये नकल कर रहा है. तो प्रिंसिपल आस्क्ड, ये नकल करने का मतलब क्या है? मतलब ही डिड नॉट हैव एनी आइडिया. एंड टीचर लोगों को बोला कि उनको मेरे घर में बिठाओ, एग्जाम देगा. And the principal was, the personality was, you know, heavy personality. So the student came and sat in front of the principal, and in his room, principal started reading the book and asked, "You have no problem, na?" "No, sir." Now he started doing nakal in principal's room, when other teachers, they were seeing that he is doing something else, but as he was in the principal's room, they could not enter into the room and could not report it while both the things will happen. So the person had no idea that people can cheat in that way. uh, you can remember that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when he was not born also, he was not born. So, what happened? Now, his father was the friend of a Jamindar, and his father was very famous in the whole locality as a truthful person. Not only in whole locality, in a very big circumference, people knew him as an honest man, as a truthful person. So while in the court, something happened, a case between the Jamindar and other person. The judge clearly told, I can't come into that point. So if only one person stands as a witness, whatever he will tell, I will note down it and I will give justice for that on basis of that. Because the British judge also knew that Khudiram Chattopadhyay, the father of Sri Ramakrishna, never told any lies. ऐसे पिता से ही श्री राम कृष्ण जैसे बच्चा पैदा होता है, जिन्होंने बताया कि सत्य को जानना ही हमारा जीवन की उद्देश्य है। तो बात जिसके लिए आ रहा था कि भगवान श्री राम कृष्ण की पिताजी का दोस्त था जमींदार। जमींदार ने बताया, देखो ये हालत है, लेकिन तुम्हें ये थोड़ा घुमा फिरा के झूठ बोलना, और सुनो अगर नहीं बोला तो पूरा फैमिली लेकर हमारे जमींदारी एरिया इलाका से तुम्हें जाना पड़ेगा। अब सोचिए, पूरा घर संसार बसा, और जमींदार की दोस्त मतलब so many things were there, so little bit luxurious life also they used to live. Now एक ही डिसीजन में पूरा रास्ता में चला आया पूरा फैमिली, बीवी बच्चा सामान लेकर उनको दूर गांव जाना पड़ा। So when Sri Ramakrishna's mother asked Shudiram Chattopadhyay that what happened, now in court case you can't understand, now please tell me. Now, Jamindar insisted me to tell lies in the court. Oh, then Sri Ramakrishna's mom asked him that what is lies? झूठ क्या है? So she did not know that मिथ्या क्या है. Okay. So ये कुछ कुछ चीज इसके साथ रिलेटेड नहीं है, लेकिन आई जस्ट वांटेड टू टेल यू सम स्टोरीज दे आर रिलेटेड दैट हियर तमसाग्रस्त भाना, ये सबसे बड़ा बात है। अंधकार के लिए ये भान उत्पन्न होता है। ओके। सो अज्ञानेन कृतो बंधः विचारेण तु निवर्तते। Out of the ignorance, all sorts of bondage, all sorts of problem in our life happens. सूर्य ग्रहण के समय चांद की छाया ऐसे पृथ्वी के ऊपर होते हैं इतना गहरा होता है कि कोई कोई जगह से सूर्य को दिखाई नहीं देता. इवन इन द डे टाइम ऑल्सो everything gets everything becomes very dark. जो व्यक्ति ये सूर्य ग्रहण क्यों होता है ये जानते नहीं, they create so many stories out of it. Brahmin, they start doing different things. अज्ञानता की कारण. मेरा एक्सपीरियंस बोल रहा हूँ कैसे एक रिचुअल्स पैदा होता है. मैं एक बहुत साल पहले की बात, मैं एक गृहस्थ गृह में जगद्धात्री पूजा करने गया. तो पूजा 2 दिन 3 दिन का पूजा होता है. तो पूजा के बाद विसर्जन, मतलब मंत्र के द्वारा विसर्जन, उसके बाद परिक्रमा. तो जो गृह स्वामी है वो सुना नहीं. तो मैंने जे परिक्रमा मतलब 7 राउंड और 3 राउंड. तो गृह स्वामी जो थे, और गृह में बहुत सारे लोग, हस्बैंड वाइफ, their 2 sons, their wives, their two children, so big family, dog. तो गृह स्वामी वो एक बारी परिक्रमा करके बाहर दरवाजा से निकल रहा, और मैंने ऐसे ऐसे करके उनको बुलाया. ये अरे क्या हुआ, परिक्रमा खत्म नहीं हुआ. एंड बिलीव मी, द होल फैमिली when they were following him, they went to the door, and from there they came back. And it became rituals. Next year, when I went there, while doing parikrama, they started telling, hey, we have to go to that door and then we have to come back. It's my personal experience. So, in that way, those rituals, that superstition comes. And in Brahmanyavad, people are always afraid. वेदांत पढ़ के भी लोग कितना डर के रहते हैं. वेदांत जिनके पास नहीं आया वो कितना डर के रहते हैं. क्या डर है? हमारा डर है खोने का. वो भी अज्ञानता से ही होता है. जैसे करप्शन क्यों होता है ना, जो राजा या रानी और जो सीट में, वो अपना चेयर खोना नहीं चाहता. खोने की डर से अपने चेयर को स्टेबल करने के लिए दे कमिट, और दे फोर्स अदर्स टू कमिट, फिनेंशियली हो, पॉलिटिकली हो, जो भी है. हम लोग व्यक्ति को भी खोना नहीं चाहता, परिवार. इसलिए कोई बीमारी होने से हम लोग पूजा स्थल में, इसमें उसमें व्रत उपवास रख के मानसिक करते हैं, जो मन्नत बोलते हैं. क्यों? हम लोग कुछ खोना नहीं चाहता. अब सोचिए, हमारे जीवन में धर्माचरण भी जितना होता है, अरे स्वामी जी ये कीजिए, ये ना करने से ये होता है, ये होता है, वो होता है. हम लोगों को खोने का डर है. ठीक है. तो ये सुपरस्टिशन जो आता है, वो मेनली इन फियर दैट इफ वी डोंट डू दैट, अ लॉट ऑफ वर्स थिंग मे हैपन इन द फैमिली. और मेरा कुछ हो जाए, लेकिन मेरा जीते जी मेरा बिलावेट को कुछ हो जाए, ये हम लोग सहन नहीं कर पाते. परिवार में बेटा बेटी, पुत्र पुत्री, और भी सारे दोज whom आई लाइक, उनके कल्याण के लिए ही तो हम लोग जो कुछ करते हैं। क्योंकि हम लोग ये सहन नहीं कर पाऊंगा कि मेरा जीते जी कुछ हो गया। वी डोंट वांट टू लूज एनीथिंग एल्स। सो हियर ऑल्सो, that those who don't study, those who did not study about that eclipse, they think, they not think, they are told by the Brahmins, Purohit, Pandit, and they started doing so many things. Clear? It happens like, I wear the yellow attire here in Calcutta or in out of Calcutta. The Pandits, the priest, they also wear that yellow attire. Yesterday was Vishwakarma Puja or in Saraswati Puja, which happens in a large scale, because इनका खर्च भी कम होता है और बहुत सारे जगह पर होता है। तो कल आई वॉज कमिंग फ्रॉम स्विमिंग और मेरे हाथ में एक बैग रहता है जिसमें टॉवेल रहता है, भीगा हुआ कपड़ा। सो बहुत सारे लोग मुझे घेर लिया। कल की बात है। बोला क्या? बोला ठाकुर मशाई चलिए, हमारा पुजारी नहीं आया, थोड़ा विश्वकर्मा पूजा कर दीजिए। मैं बोला भाई मैं, मुझे आता नहीं। बोला अरे नहीं, आप ये कैसे, आप ऐसे वे है, आप तो पूजा करके ही आ रहा है, आपके हाथ में तो बैग है। आई टोल्ड नहीं रे बाबा, मैं नहाने गया था तो इट हैपेंस। सो अंधकार के लिए, अज्ञान के लिए, तमसाग्रस्तवाद भानात अग्रस्तः अपि रविः, अज्ञ जो लोग जानते नहीं, तब भूल हो जाता है। बोलते हैं कि सूर्य को राहु ने ग्रास किया। जीवन मुक्त पुरुष के लिए भी आम आदमी ऐसे ही भूल सोचते हैं। आम आदमी का पूरा के पूरा देहात्म बुद्धि है कि ये देह ही मैं हूं, एंड टेरिबल ममत्व बोध इन द बॉडी, in their own mind and buddhi, and their effect means in their emotions, in their vichara paddhati, in their thought process. They have terrible minus, and out of that they think that they are only right. And from that angle, as he see the whole world, they think that Jivan Mukta Purush also like that. That is the impact of the श्लोका। देखिए, शरीर में रहने से भी जीवन मुक्त पुरुष का इस शरीर को अपना शरीर बोध नहीं होता। खुद को वो आत्मा के रूप से ही जानते हैं। देह की अंदर में, इस शरीर के अंदर में रहने से भी उनका आत्मज्ञान कभी भ्रांति से ढका हुआ नहीं रहता है। जैसे राहु, इतना सा राहु कभी सूर्य को स्वैलो नहीं कर पाते। स्वैलो का हिंदी अब मैं नहीं जानता, इसलिए मैं बार बार ये अंग्रेजी शब्द व्यवहार कर रहा हूँ। क्लास के बाद आपसे मैं पूछ लूंगा। So, it is an example from the solar eclipse is employed over here. From the observer's standpoint, the sun is eclipsed. Those who say that the sun has been covered by darkness say so because of their lack of correct knowledge. How can darkness cover the source of light? To say so would be a contradiction in terms, but we do see it happens. Even though we see the phenomenon, we know that the darkness has never covered the sun, which at all times is fully fulgent. घनच्छन्नवर्क घनच्छन्न दृष्टिः. The little portion of cloud covers our vision, and for that we can't see the sun, and we believe that the cloud has covered the sun. हम लोग बोलते हैं आज এত মেঘ করেছে যে পুরো সূর্যকে ঢেকে দিয়েছে। মেঘের কি ক্ষমতা আছে সূর্যকে ঢাকা? Cloud has any capacity to cover up the sun? It's not. But our drishti is covered. So that the thing is, the illusion takes place because of an obstruction. Means the moon over here coming between the observer and the sun. The observer, we are here. The sun is here in between, moon is there in such a way, so moon's shadow falls down in some portion of the earth in such a way that it gets totally dark. So even when the eclipse is total, at that very time the sun in its solar domain shines as brilliantly as ever. So, our Gurudev's 2 years itinerary was ready. You knew that. He was such a busy orator or busy Swami he was. So, once he signed or promised uh, for consecrating a temple, एक मंदिर उद्घाटन के लिए उन्होंने प्रॉमिस किया था 2 साल पहले। तो जब 2 साल के बाद नजदीक आ गया, then the organizer got to know that उस दिन eclipse है और उसी समय। So we generally don't do anything else because ये inauspicious अपवित्र inauspicious माना जाता है। तो उन्होंने गुरुदेव को प्रार्थना किया कि हम लोग देखा नहीं, क्योंकि उस समय तो गूगल नहीं था और पंजिका भी 1 साल पहले ही निकालते हैं, तो हम लोग देखा नहीं उस दिन इक्लिप्स है, ये मंदिर का नुकसान हो जाएगा, ये अपवित्र है। तो आवर गुरुदेव टोल्ड देन यू हैव टू वेट अगेन 2 years because I have no time. Then he again told Gurudev, I will do and consecrate the temple at the same day and same time. I am taking the responsibilities, nothing will happen. And still now that temple is there, earns a lot of revenues and inspiration of a lot of people in local area and the big area in South India. I can't remember the name of the temple, so I can't tell the name. Afterwards, I can tell. Hari Om Tat Sat.